You know what I mean? Manchester United is my first I had.
And you wear them when you're at home, or?
Oh yeah, because I went in with my shorts and everything too, and they look pretty stylish. So I like the soccer shirts, the soccer outfits. Yeah, in the summertime. Yeah.
So while you're over here, if there's any other games, you'll try and take them in as well, will you?
Well, I would like to. I think the Russians play against who the Russians play? They played against like rockets, man. West Ham.
So you enjoy football, you watch it?
No, I know. I'm one of the few African Americans that that has any knowledge of the sport. Yes.
Did you see any of the World Cup, any of America's games?
Yeah, I watched them. I think the World Cup had the worst falls in the history of World Cup history this time. They had worse calls. These guys, in American, for instance, when the guy made the goal and he called it out, this is ridiculous.
Well, England had a similar problem
No,
with a goal that went over the line.
Oh man, it's just.
So you're getting heavily into the football game.
I was always a bit of enthusiastic, but not as much as I have become because of my ventures over Europe and stuff. But it's a pretty up and coming sport. It's not as much popular in America, but it will probably another 20 years, 10 years. You never know.
And have you heard of Thierry Henry?
Excuse me?
Have you heard of a footballer called Thierry Henry?
No. Where's he from?
Well, he's a Frenchman.
Yeah.
And he's just moving from Barcelona to New York.
Really?
To play in New York.
Well,
So and he's a big world famous name.
Well, listen, right? Only thing I know about New York is the Cosmos at one time, you know, and I know in soccer, like in boxing, a guy could be a big hot shot 1 minute, and then he could disappear and go to oblivion the next. You know what I mean? This is a running game, and when you're playing a running game, injuries are just so horrific. You're going to get hurt.
Sure.
Every night. It's a running game. And our bones are not meant to be ran on a certain surface, and we're going to get hurt. So normally soccer players don't last too long, like certain boxers. You know, only the rare, the super greats, the all-time greats. You know, the guys that reign at Mount Olympus, they reign for years. You know, it's very few that's going to reign for a long period of time. And
I gather you collect football shirts. You had one from Peterborough last night?
Well, I have a bunch of them, you know, from many years ago. I got Maradona's, I have so many shirts, yeah.
Really? Maradona shirt?
Yeah, I have a Maradona shirt.
And from football clubs in England, Manchester United?
I've been at Manchester, that's my first. Manchester United is my first I had.
And you wear them when you're at home, or?
Oh yeah, because I went in with my shorts and everything too, and they look pretty stylish, so I like the soccer shirts, the soccer outfits, yeah, in the summertime, yeah.
So while you're over here, if there's any other games, you'll try and take them in as well, will you?
Well, I would like to. I think the Russians play against, who the Russians played? They played against the world champion Brazil. I think it was Brazil at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they played. Yeah, I watched them.
Good. And you talked about pressures and stress and everything earlier on. The big sporting event in this country at the moment is the Open, of course, and Tiger Woods has won it before. He's gone through a lot of problems in his private life, and he's got to try and put that behind him to do well at the Open Golf. How does a top sportsman like yourself, when you've had problems, cope with those pressures and try and focus on the job in hand, winning?
Well, when you're at that level of the game, when you're truly at that level of the game, all your pressures go away by your success. You win, you have less pressures. You win, people talk less about your problems. It's all about, and that's our security, it's being top athletes. Our success, when we succeed, our problems disappear. You know, and that's the magic that sportsmen and sensational athletes have.
And is that what you did to get over your problems to be successful in the ring?
No, absolutely. You know, it's just a problem. You know what I mean? He's not the first man in the history of the world to ever cheat on his wife. You know, it's going to go away. You know, he's not a bad guy. He had bad mistakes. He believed all his articles. He thought he was God. He thought he was special. And when that happened, God has a way of showing you that you're not special. You know, in the history of the greatest people in the world, don't you know that God always strikes the biggest buildings with his lightning thunderbolts and the biggest animals? The small animals don't vex him much, they irritate him much. Only the big ones, because he wants to show them, he's jealous of their greatness, God, and he wants to knock them off the leaf and let them know they have to be humble.
And you think Tiger Woods can overcome his problems and do well?
Oh, Tiger Woods is going to win. He's going to be successful, and he's going to continue to be the biggest star in the golfing world. You know, but he'll still get struck down by God. You know what I mean? But he has to be humble. You know what I mean? If you're not humble when you come into this world, humble will be thrust upon you. You know, people don't like to hear that, but that's just the truth.
And what's the future now for Mike Tyson?
I don't know. I don't look forward to no future. I don't have anything in the future that I want. I just want to raise my kids and pay my bills. You know, it's not anything that anybody possesses that I really want or anything.
Have you thought about going into boxing management or coaching?
No, I know why. If I could steal fighters' money like they stole my money, it's no way that you're going to be a good promoter or fighter unless you steal somebody's money, in my experience of the game. So why would I want to do that?
But you're not going to go back in the ring?
No, I'm not interested in doing that at all.
But
I'm pretty much of a pacifist, if anything, now.
But you're happy to go around as you are in Britain this week,
I love
all these
this
different
stuff.
places, meeting the people.
This is just dynamite, and I'm just happy that Carl and Mike and these guys decided to women. I just don't see the novelty in me that people want to see me. You know, I wouldn't have paid anything to see me, but
a lot of people do.
Well, I'm just happy that I'm able to make people happy. You know. And
are you happy now?
I don't know. I'm just as long as my kids respect me and call me dad, not call me by my first name, I'm happy. You know, I know there's a lot of my friends or people who their kids call them about, hey John, hey Bob, hey Jamero, hey this, hey that. I don't know if I can handle it. My kids started calling me by my first name. Hey Mike, can you be kind enough to take us to the mall or something? What? You know, I don't know. I might be violent. I don't know how I would handle that.
And what have you learned at 45 years of age from all the problems you've had to cope with the rest of your life?
I learned that everything's out of my hand. I don't have control of anything. You know, all my life I thought I was in control. I don't have a control of anything. And that I'm just happy just to be around, you know. That I don't have no control over anybody and nobody controls me. I don't own my children, I don't own my wife, and I'm just trying to make right with myself and my God, you know. And I love God. I love being a Muslim, but I'm not gonna lie to myself and think I'm going to heaven, you know. Because I've done everything that Allah said that you're going to hell for. And I'm not trying to lie to myself, but I just want to be a decent Muslim, at least, you know.
Mike, it's really great to hear your views, and thank you very much for talking to
Sky
Sports News.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. That's fantastic.
Before we cut, do you want Mike to say...
Oh yeah, would you just say one thing for me, if you wouldn't mind?
Do you want to say it to camera?
Yeah, just camera. This is Sky Sports News, and we're going into high definition, and we're getting all the top people. David Beckham did it for us yesterday, just to look in the camera.
Guys, am I sweating like a pimp with one hole?
No, you're there, and if you want to raise your fist, it's up to you.
Sky definition.
I'm Mike Tyson. You're watching Sky Sports News HD.
Okay.
Okay?
In your own time, Mike.
I'm Mike Tyson, and you're watching Sky Sports High Definition.
Yeah, we've got to say Sky Sports News HD.
Okay.
Sky Sports News HD. Otherwise, it's perfect.
Got it.
Great.
Hi, I'm Mike Tyson, and you're watching Sky Sports News HD. Did I turn too quick?
Yeah. Hold the look at the camera when you're finished. That'll be brilliant. Thank you, Mike.
Sky Sports TV HD.
Sky Sports News HD. Sky Sports News HD.
Hi, I'm Mike Tyson, and you're watching Sky Sports News HD.
Fabulous.
That is fantastic.
No, you're
well, that's why you're not in the television world.
Oh, sure.
Hey, guys.
I've done this before.
Right. Just, if you can just sit us down, Stewie.
Yeah.
I'll give you some nice close-up of the lights and...
Yeah, so you're not going to say anything this time. You're just looking at me and pretending to ask a question again. And this is how we edit the interviews. Right, but that's all it is. They're called in the business cutaways. Okay. And
I'm good at that.
You've done a million of them, Mike. You know what it's like.
So just hold it there. Sorry, I'm being a bit of an old woman here at the moment.
If you put the towel back now, then that's great. Yeah. And if you lean back in the chair, that's right. The better the light's on you, then that's great.
Good.
Are you ready?
That's a fantastic interview. I'm really pleased with that. That's really good stuff. And I hope you enjoy Peterborough and Bradford and Bolton and Burnley and Liverpool.
You know I love Liverpool Beatles. You know I love that. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Have you got a Liverpool shirt already?
I had one of those too before. I got one of those already too. Yeah.
Jesus, that's fantastic.
This tower there.
Oh yeah, okay.
Get your Wrexham one on Monday, mate.
Excuse me?
Wrexham.
Not before Stoke City.
Oh, Stoke. Oh yeah, you're a Stoke man, are you? Yeah.
Who's a Stoke man?
Stoke on the River, right? Stoke
That's
on the
where my
River.
wife comes from.
Yeah,
Stoke.
we're from Stoke on the River. Stoke on the River, right?
Yes, Stoke on Trent.
Stoke on Trent.
Yeah, Stoke on Trent.
Where's your wife come from? Potteries. She is. Hang on, let me just. She. Blythebridge. Blythebridge, yeah, I know Blythebridge.
His wife is a lady priest.
Lady priest?
A lady priest.
Yeah.
Is she a deacon?
Can't speak.
Mike, if you just identify yourself on camera so we can make sure the sound levels are still the same.
Yeah, sure. My name's Mike Williams from Dragon Promotions.
And you're Mike Tyson's representative.
Mike Tyson's representative for the UK tour.
Okay.
UK and European tour.
UK and European tour. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Very good.
So, Mike, tell us why you brought Mike Tyson over here for this this week-long tour.
Well, this is the second time we brought Mike back this year. We brought him over in March. We did 11-day dinner in 10 days. The demand for Mike is, as always, massive. The requests for him to bring it back to the UK were huge. So, in turn, we brought him back as part of the first leg of the European and World Tour.
And where are you taking him?
We're taking him, obviously we're in Peterborough tonight. From Peterborough we move to Bolton. Bolton we then do Liverpool. We're taking him to Bradford, we're taking him to Burnley, we're taking him to Earls Court, Earls Court, London, and we're also taking him to Wrexham Football Club on Monday the 19th.
And what are these evenings with Mike or sessions with Mike like and all of
consist of
that?
various things. A lot of people are very, very keen to meet their hero, and Mike is a hero to many people. The evening could consist of a sit-down black tie event where people have a meal and get entertainment and a speech off Mike. But it's mainly the opportunity to. Mike loves meeting his fans. That's what Mike comes over to do. You know, Mike genuinely loves meeting his fans, and it's an opportunity to get people to meet Mike, to meet the hero. You know. And Mike, as I say, Mike loves it.
And a lot of people regard Iron Mike as bad Mike because of his past, but he's a different character
Mike,
now,
that's
isn't he?
not Mike. That's not Mike. That was Mike. Mike self-proclaimed baddest man on the planet. Mike's not the baddest man on the planet. Mike is a genuine nice guy, as you've just found out. Mike is a gentleman, and he can't do enough. People don't realise these tours that we do. The money that's made, Mike donates to charity. Only last night he did some signing sessions, and his money was sent to a local orphanage. People don't see that. People don't see that, but that's what Mike's about, you know.
And they're usually pretty well supported, these events, I guess.
Oh, they're usually sold out. Yeah, you know, from experience, I've known for shows to sell out in a matter of days, you know, and there's not many people in the world that can do that, who've got the pulling power and the drawing capacity of Mike Tyson.
Can't think of a better plug.
Hitman Hearns.
There you go. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And later in the year, I think you've got two more of boxing's biggest names coming to England.
That's quite true. We represent other boxers as well. In September, we're doing a UK tour in certain parts of the country. We're bringing over Roberto Duran and Thomas Hearns, Thomas Hitman Hearns. This is the first time that these two legends, boxing Hall of Famers, have been together in the same room on the same night. This is going to be a fantastic event in its own right. You know, really looking forward to it. Ticket sales for all the shows are going really, really well. So it's going to be really good, yeah.
Thank you.